Hello, hello, my green skins, and we're doing one more Bond movie, Goldfinger. Yeah, we're gonna get a twofer, and I'm hoping to have both these movies out either today or tomorrow. So we're doing a double feature, and yeah, Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. Bow, bow, bow.
Best intro, in my opinion. I mean,
Oh, yeah. He actually takes for this giant pompous, overweight, crazy guy. He's kind of fun. And he's such an asshole in this movie. Like, he's the Bond villain you love to hate.
yeah, he can make. He has his funny moments, but it doesn't come out as wacky. Like, I
Oh,
love the
yeah.
opening scene, how Bond, like, torments him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Goldfinger is a such a douchebag in this movie. And it's funny how they're picking on each other in the whole movie. And we're going to have to get into it a little more in our actual review here, but yeah, this is an interesting one. So let's break this one down. What did you think of the music?
Um, on par with the first three. I mean, the first three have a
Mm,
standard that they all follow, like commonalities.
mhm.
So, yeah, to me, this is like the
Yeah,
trilogy. So in that aspect, the music is consistent.
yeah. Well, I have to say that this is pretty decent. Not my favorite. I still think some of my favorite Bond music will always be, Live and Let Die. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I like that one so much better. But I'm going to remember the Goldfinger, bow, bow, bow. Especially because he kind of does that's like a non-stop song for like you hear his theme every once in a while when he does stuff. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Like it's catchy. I'm not gonna remember it that well, but it's catchy. So what did you think of the acting for this one?
Um, this is not an acting issue. This is more of a casting issue. But this is one of my main problems. The opening scene when they introduced Felix Leiter, I forget
Mm-hmm,
who this actor's name is, but originally he was played by Jack Lord, and they just got a
mm-hmm,
completely different person for this part. Like, looks nothing like him,
mm-hmm,
sounds nothing like him. It's like, really, you couldn't get Jack Lord for one scene or someone who looks more like him? It just That's my
mm-hmm.
only complaint as far as acting or casting goes. But other than that, it's big
Um,
stars like Honor Blackman. She was in it, and
mhm.
she did very well. Goldfinger, I mean, his body language was very good, even though the actor was dubbed over. But they gave him the right voice, the right personality. But the actor's body, combined with the actor's body and frame and look, it worked. So to me, it all
He
worked.
kind of reminded me of Kingpin, actually. That's all I thought when I saw the character was Kingpin. Um, some of the characters were just there was a lot of cheesy things, and God, did it make Americans look bad in this one. But maybe the Americans are kind of. I'm not going to say much anymore. But man, did this make American Secret Service look bad? Well, there's Bond getting thing. It's like, and Bond's giving them secrets, and they just can't seem to figure it out. Um, yeah, Jesus hell. Next would be let's get into the effects, like all the visual effects here. What did you think of the visual effects for this one? This one actually had a lot of stunt work in it and a lot of decent stunt work.
I mean, I have no complaints except, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Only the very occasional blue screen or green screen effects were a bit wonky, but
Yeah, or a bit wonky, but as a whole, some of the effects were pretty cool.
I mean, the fact is
Um,
that laser scene where Goldfinger was pointing was was wanted to cut Bond in half with it. That was
Mm.
real. That was a real fire under the table on set. They were really they were doing it. You know.
Yeah, this also had a huge budget, if I remember. Wasn't this the first really big budget Bond?
Oh,
If
I think it was. Oh, it definitely
yeah,
compared to the first two,
yeah.
it definitely has a higher production value.
Oh yeah, way higher. And there's a lot of cool stunts, like that scene where they're flying the planes super low over that airfield. There's a lot to this. Now, I don't think they used Fort Knox in the actual scenery, but it had a lot of like very beautiful, very well done actually. Very some interesting scene work. Not my very well done for visual effects. It still to this day kind of looks good.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Goldfinger. I mean, when you look at the first two movies, I mean, Doctor No was obviously the lowest budget. From Russia with Love, the only reason it has a higher budget, I think, is only because the actors were paid more and
mhm,
more marketing. Like that's it. But when
yeah.
you think about it, the sets and everything in it, it's not as grand a scale as Doctor No.
Mhm.
It's so grounded
But
in it.
this one has so much scene work. Like
Yeah, different.
they are flying around different countries. This is legit.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was filmed in Turkey. No, 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 sorry, not in Turkey. I'm thinking of. I'm still my mind's still on From Russia with Love. Uh, yeah, they were flying around in this one. They flew to America.
Mm.
Where
There's
else did they go?
they were in Britain or
Switzerland,
France, Switzerland. Yeah,
Miami.
and
They were actually
yeah,
in Miami.
Miami. Yeah, really well done. Like great visual effects. Now, mind you, nothing compared to the new some of the newer Bond movies, but for back then, goddamn. Um, what did you think of the story as a whole?
It's it's a good story. I mean, what makes it good is how it starts off very simple, but then it's the twist that
Mm,
really get that leads up to that makes it all worth it. That gives it more
mm.
weight, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
mean, you think it's gonna be a simple burglary job, but nope, it's more than that.
it's good. It's really good, and it's a little funny. There's a lot of moments in there where Bond and Goldfinger are like it's almost like Goldfinger just wants to shame Bond,
Yeah,
and
that golf scene was just I don't even play or watch golf and but that scene was
yeah.
brilliant. The way they were poking at each other through innuendos and subtle
Oh yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a lot to it. I do find it funny. There was that famous wrestler that was in that one, and in this one, and he's also like, there's other stuff that was just well done. Like Odd, this is the introduction to Odd Job, which is a well-known Bond villain.
he's not really a villain per se. He's just a sidekick or a henchman.
Yeah, well, no, they're Bond villains. Odd Job's one of those Bond villains. Another one that's a decent like Goldfinger's not like here's the problem with Goldfinger. I like Goldfinger and I hate Goldfinger at the same time. A lot of the stuff he does is kind of stupid. It's like subordinates turning on him makes a lot of sense. And I do like how he actually gets away with some stuff, like the fact that he dresses up like a general and murders a bunch of his own guys to get away. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
And
but do you think really the American guys who came or the guards who came in they didn't find it strange that a guy in an American a colonel or a out uniform has a thick German accent, especially at that
no,
time?
no, I know, but it was funny that they did that. That was actually very clever. That was very clever. There's a lot of scenes in here I actually really like, and that's what makes this movie pretty decent. Again, it's when you got a good movie, sometimes it's so hard to give it like not to sound like broken records and just repeat ourselves. This is also where we get some of the more hokey Bond stuff. This is where we get the Aston Martin with the ejector seat. This is where we're getting some of the more fun Bond stuff.
No,
And
but speaking of the Aston Martin and the gadgets
mhm,
in it, I bet at the time they were like, "Oh my god, this is out of the future." But now it's like you look at it and be like, "No, this is all possible. More than
yeah.
possible. Even at the time, it's probably possible. Just expensive, more
Oh
expensive."
yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff was like the only thing I can think of even from Russia with Love, if we go back to that, is for a quick sec, is that infrared gun is the infrared scope didn't exist back then. But other than that, it was all great, all really well done. This was a decent movie all around.
I mean,
Fuck,
Bond
like,
had GPS before GPS was a thing.
well, yeah, radio signals and stuff like that. This was well done. I kind of wish it it falls apart in the final act. Like, let's be honest, but it's still quite good. And we got a decent Bond girl here. Um, with Pussy Galore. Although I do like for the From Russia with Love Bond girl a little better. Um, not that's pretty much what else can we say. Like I said, it's a decent movie. They put Spectre aside for a movie, which kind of made me go, well, why put Spectre aside right away when you got this other idea? It just, I don't know. To me, it was a decent movie, all around good.
Well, you have to keep in mind there were Bond books at the time, and Spectre wasn't in all of them, and Goldfinger was just one of them.
Mhm.
They were from
Yeah,
other
and very
books.
popular. Well, very popular character apparently too. Yeah, wasn't Ian Fleming doing books until the '80s or something like that?
I don't know how long he's been going, but all I know is any book that wasn't written by him, I'm reluctant to read any Bond books that were not written by him because other people have taken over after he
Yeah,
died.
I don't remember how long he's been on there, but um, I'd have to look. But yeah, decent, all around decent. I'm gonna give this bad boy a 7. I don't know what you were gonna give her, but
I'm giving it a definitely 9.5. I mean, I love this one. Like I said, it's in my top three. And oh, just on a side note, um, Ian Fleming died in 1964, so he wasn't around to see the later of Sean Connery's Bond films. I think he made it to the first three. He lived
mhm,
to see the first three. I mean, yeah, he died the same year Doctor No. I mean, sorry, not Doctor No. Goldfinger came out.
that's gotta suck.
In fact, oh my god, that's here's what's worse. It he died just a month before it was released.
Oh no. I'm looking at. Did he have he? So he died in the. You say the '60s?
1964. I'm looking at his. I'm comparing the dates
Okay.
of Goldfinger, the movie, and his time of death.
Really? Because that's weird. Because there's Man with the Golden Gun, Octopussy, which are apparently Ian Fleming books.
They were, but the movies were just. Uh, I mean,
Mm,
the Bond books were long, far in when they started making the movies.
yeah. Well, yeah, and it's just like I said, a little history note of Ian Fleming if you didn't want to do a Google search. Overall, what can I say? Like I said, I'm going to give it a 7. Every Bond movie's roughly going to get a 7 because they're always decent. There's very few ones I actually don't like would say are weak movies.
Well, the first three, and with a couple of exceptions after, are getting 9 pluses from me.
So you giving it another 9?
Yep, 9.5. Another near
Yeah,
perfect.
I can't blame you, man. Great movies, great movies. So that's our review of Goldfinger. I wish we could have added a little more flavor to it, but what can we say about a great movie that is a great movie? There's a reason. There's a reason this is in everyone's top Bond movie. Uh, yeah, I said movie. Yeah, okay. I thought I said booby for a second there. One in the morning. 1 in the morning. What can I say? And I still got to clean my apartment before I go to bed tonight. So yeah, we'll be working on the next Bond movies. I believe the next one is Thunderball and You Only Live Twice. And then we got one more, Diamonds Are Forever. And then we are done with the Bond movies
Yep.
until next year. And next year we'll be doing Roger Moore Bond movies.
Hell yeah. I think
Hell yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Hell yeah. Damn straight. All right, everyone, you have yourself a very good night. Please like, sub, and subscribe. And do yourself a solid. Never review movies at 2 in the morning.